Sound like Nathan. He be gone with the wind like a little light-skinned leaf.
You do be wearing leaf colors. Look at him about to blow away.
Well, I'm so glad the wind blew him my way, because I used to be all over the place. But he inspired me to put down roots, turn me into a whole tree. Because you had said leaf, I was building. It was an analogy.
We got it.
Oh, shit.
Hello and welcome back to Insecurity, the official recap podcast for HBO's Insecure. My name is Crissle.
And I'm Hey Fran, hey.
Yo, Franiqua, we're back.
We are
Episode
back. This
4.
is a good one. This is a good one.
Listen,
I'm ready.
let me tell you something. I was not expecting a Nathan episode. I wasn't. But let's dive right on into it.
Right.
It's
You
the
know
day
I'm
of
sad.
Don't start. We will
Okay.
get there, sister. It's the day of the barbershop event, and it looks like they did take Issa's advice. They moved it to Torrance Beach, and Nathan's playing
Event?
host role. Yeah, you know, event is that. Don't do
Loosely.
that. Just- It is the day of the gathering. You know, Suge is running late. Of course, Suge got the food, and he running late, but the barbers are all together, congregating, putting on a vino, thinking that it's sunscreen.
I
you know.
screamed.
I
And
did
then
too,
not even
because-
putting it on his back, talking about, but the sun facing this way. Relatable
But-
content.
I was thinking it until Risha said it. I was like, that just looked like a regular ass bottle of lotion. Like, these niggas are not even. But
I
okay.
don't know. I thought maybe it was some new stuff. You know, Vino got some new products in the
Girl.
line or something.
It's nice to see, you know, Nathan's world a little bit, getting more into the personality of the barbers that he works with. But yeah, they're all together when Issa, Molly, and Kelly arrive.
They look
Kelly
good,
talking
too.
about all the niggas had the same idea, you know, perhaps we are a monolith, but primarily here, Molly is thirsting immediately. She said, bitch, it is niggas to the left of us.
Scanning the sand. Okay. Not a sand turn,
Right.
nothing left unturned on that beach the way she was
Right.
looking. Oh, Molly.
Okay, she feeling good and she's single. You know, she had a great date, but she feels like she needs a little bit more practice in the sex department, you know. She needs a few more rounds with somebody. She's out of practice. Perhaps this dry
Fair.
humping with Kelly is gonna help. Kelly
Not
over here
Kelly
acting like
offering
a
her
pussy
services.
coach, right? Like, I'll help both of y'all out.
I'm sick.
And I'm a little surprised that, you know, Issa decided to come anyway, given how things ended so awkwardly with her and Nathan and him leaving in the middle of the night the last time. But you know,
Same. I definitely would have not
I was like,
considering. She
right.
cried in his mouth, like she said, and hasn't spoken to him since.
Right. But Molly is continuing the trend of being a good friend, a thoughtful friend, and, you know, tells Issa just ease into the conversation, you know, don't trip about it, don't overthink it. But right then, Issa gets an alert on her phone, and it turns out that Crenshaw replied to one of her tweets about the water deal with a little shady little thinking ass emoji, like,
The little
kind of crazy. Right. Little shady shit. And I said, okay, when we last saw Crenshaw and Issa, I assumed that Issa would realize that she was in the wrong and that she would reach out and extend a genuine apology. Clearly, she did not do that, or maybe she did and it was not accepted. But either way, clearly things are not good between the two of them.
You remember that last glance they kind of shot at each other at the end of that scene where he was being
I do.
interviewed by the YouTube anchor, and
Yes,
he
I do.
looked over at Issa like, exactly. You know, my vision killed it, like I said. And I felt like
Right.
Issa was more concerned, at least how I read it, she was more concerned about her job than him. So I didn't even take it like she was going to apologize. I think she was just completely
interesting.
freaked out by how it worked out in her favor in the end, but could have totally gone a different way because he did not pay attention to her notes.
I see. I thought, when the white man reacted positively and Issa was like, oh, wait, y'all like the unfiltered nigga shit? I thought that was when she had,
Like, let it go.
a realization like, oh, yeah, girl, I should. But you know what? Clearly, I read it wrong and you did not, because these niggas are not cool.
At all,
But-
which shocked me too, because he did well.
Right. But, Molly and Kelly both remind Issa that the event was super successful in large part because of Issa's efforts. And Issa's like, you know what? You're right. I'm going to log off. I'm not going to be pressed over social media or a nigga who went to Scare Straight for high school, which felt a little disrespectful to me.
And Kelly talked about he went there too?
Oh, okay. So we alumnus? Right. But I remember when I saw this, I said to myself, good luck, girl. Everybody thinks, oh, I'll just log off if niggas are talking shit about me on the internet. You think that. But let it actually happen and see if you do.
Let your nervous system tell it.
Yeah. Oh, man. Meanwhile, Issa does work up the nerve to go talk to Nathan, taps him on the shoulder, and the conversation is so awkward, Fran. To me, this is one of the most awkward scenes of the entire show.
It felt very old Issa too, right? Like, I feel like we hadn't seen this level of awkwardness since like season 1, 2, 3, maybe.
Fran, I wanted to crawl inside myself. Clearly, every party needs a GHB. Great.
I know, but the best part was Molly and Kelly just standing there not knowing what the fuck to do.
They was like, oh, where's the bar?
They're like, this is bad. This is bad. This is bad.
Talking about you've been killing it since before we got here. What? And even after Kelly and Molly step away with, Arik and Johnny or whoever else, Issa's like, it's nice out here. What is it, 74? No, more like 81. What you think it is?
He literally had. Do you think he made up whoever it was that so-called called him when he walked off, or did he really? Oh,
I think he saw Risha. Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm like, maybe she was carrying
did he
something.
just
I don't
need
really
an
know
out
what,
and just made up some shit like, oh, hold on, let me go ahead and do this, because it was so awkward. He didn't know what to do.
If he did, I'll say he really played it off, because I thought that he legit saw somebody or something that he needed to go help with, but. Issa was being so fucking weird that I would not blame him for being like, let me get the hell up out of here. And she, meanwhile, is going to talk to Molly and Kelly about him being like, that nigga being weird. No, sweetie, you are being weird.
It was Kelly already mixing a drink for her in the process of the conversation to let her know, you need to loosen up, girl, because you are a mess right now.
You talking about me drinking. No, sweetie, this is for you, because what we just witnessed was some of the weirdest shit of my life. Meanwhile, Molly is plotting on these barbers, okay? It's a competition between Arik and Johnny, and she don't know yet which one is going to be the winner of that vagine, but it's looking good for Arik if you ask me. You know
what? I like this. I like this side of Molly where she wasn't pressed for either one. Yes. And what she say is whoever qualifies, was that what she said? They're all eligible until they disqualify
themselves. Yep.
And I like that, because I feel like we don't see Molly like that. Usually she's kind of heat-seeking and pressed over someone, but now she's like, let them be pressed over me, and then we'll work it out. Here for it.
Really love to see it, because, like, girl, you're every bit of a bad bitch. So please let these niggas fall all over themselves for you.
Okay.
You deserve it. I also love that they end this scene with a spades game, because, friend, you already know why I'm not going to bring it up.
Listen.
I don't want to cause tension in your household.
No, but when Issa said, they said I can't play, I screamed, because that sounds like me at your house.
No,
because I ain't teaching you at your big age.
Exactly. When Kelly said the cutoff is 16, bitch, we're not teaching you.
I was like, wow, you should have learned. I've been 16 how many times?
You should have learned by college at the latest. We are not finna teach you. And of course, as usual, when the girls sit down to the table, they dominate. Kelly and Molly are absolutely whooping ass at spades. Okay, call them the librarians because these bitches have all the books. It just brought back such fond memories for me that, again, I won't bring up. Don't want to cause distress in your home. But Issa,
I can't wait for him to listen to this episode.
Tell him I said we can rematch whenever. However, Issa cannot even focus on the game, which is what those of you who claim to want to learn should do. Sit with somebody and watch. She can't even watch because she is so distracted by Nathan and this weird interaction with Risha, which, to Issa's credit, does look sexual.
I mean, who was having an orgasm off of getting that shoe fixed? I was trying to understand what was going on.
Right.
It was a lot.
Because it kind of looked like, is he eating her pussy? And Issa's
Right?
definitely like
On the
staring,
beach?
like,
Bold.
they fucking? No, they not fucking. No, they fucking. And I was surprised to see that Issa was this pressed about what Nathan was doing. Like, I thought when she cried in the bed, it was because she really loves Lawrence and this don't feel right or whatever else.
Right.
But child, she really got feelings for Nathan.
But remember, I was telling you, I think it was last episode, she been flirting with him.
She has. And you said
has
it. I
been
thought it was
kind
free food, but
And you know what?
she
'Cause
meant it.
That's very Issa too, so I understand how we were both confused. But I felt like she was kind of throwing it at him, but it just felt very vague and hard to read. So I can understand
Right.
how he was kind of like,
confused.
yeah, like, are you friend zoning me like you initially said, or are we not doing that? Like, which one is it? Because she was somewhere in
Right.
between.
Exactly. And if we remember, like, Issa and Nathan were doing great until he ghosted her.
Right.
And that
But then
was
they
the
had the
reason,
combo about it. That was like
Right,
really beautiful. And I
which
get it.
which was
It's-
good, but it was
Yeah.
also like, you know, I also can't immediately jump back into an intense romantic relationship with you because you cut yourself off from me at such a pivotal moment. And like, I
Right.
understand now, but the damage has been done. So, you know, maybe enough time has passed for them to start feeling cozier about it again, child. I guess
mean,
we
like
finna
we see.
fucking see, girl. So Issa
This
cannot
year
handle this.
coming.
Like, she has to get up and walk away because she is so distraught. But unfortunately for her, Risha called her over, and Issa is absolutely fixated on this girl's titties, which, I mean, they do look amazing, but
And her
she's
eyes
staring.
talking about she ain't gotta learn to swim.
nope. She can just float, child. She can just
cannot.
float off in the ocean. And while Risha is in that ocean, Issa takes the chance to ask Nathan if they're cool. And he says that nothing has changed for him, which is not really an answer if you ask
Right.
me. Because, I
Right.
mean, this is a yes or no question. And here
Like,
you
what
go
are we
making it
saying?
complicated.
Exactly.
Right.
Right. You know,
She's like-
Issa's already awkward.
Right. And she's still awkward, like, so we still friends.
Oh God.
And he's just like, yeah, we still friends.
I wanted to shake them in this scene. It's just like, just say what it is,
Right.
please.
Everybody just
say what you
talk.
want. Everyone just say
Please
what you
just
want.
fucking talk. Yeah.
Please.
Well, they can't because right then Suge finally shows up. And does this nigga have meat to put on a grill? He does not.
No.
He has
He said, I
pizzas.
said food. I didn't
did not
say,
say
what type
barbecue,
of food.
nigga. Right. I said, and honestly, pizza is way less work. So I don't even get why Nathan was pissed. Cause
And I ain't seen
this is a
no
lot
grill.
less
Did you see a
effort.
grill?
you know,
All I
niggas
saw,
be
he
setting
said
shit up.
mustard.
They probably had sterno cans and shit out there on the damn
I
sand.
can't.
But anyway, a brief earthquake hits, and that is it for the pizza, child. It has tumbled into the sand, and now everybody has to evacuate just in case of tsunami.
Which triggers Risha.
Risha's like, y'all, I can't do this. I can't go through another tsunami because I basically died in one. And Kelly is like, oh, this is my bitch. Because I also basically died. Even though I said so, neither one of y'all came even close to dying is what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing. But y'all finna relate and y'all finna bond over this anyway. Not
Very
that Suge
wellness
is gonna,
retreat.
not that Suge is gonna let any of that stop him from getting in the fucking ocean with that pizza. Dusting the sand off of that shit. and
Not
going
him
to stand in the-
patting the sand
No,
off the pizza though, and
No,
running
it's
into the
never that
ocean like a little
serious.
kid. I was like, this dude by himself.
Child. It is never that serious. But Nathan does not want the event to be a flop. As we'll find out later, he's really invested in proving that he has done something with himself. So he tells everybody to hit the bar nearby. Drinks are going to be on the shop. And Issa's kind of antsy, you know? She's like, we don't have to go. Like, we've done enough. But Molly has not chosen from these assorted dicks just yet. And she needs a little more time to figure out which flavor's going home. So we heading to the fucking bar. We going to the bar, girl.
And a bar is a good place to figure that out. You know what I mean?
It is, right.
We've
the
all
day
been
is
there.
still, it's entirely too early. So let's just keep the good times rolling. So the guys are in one car when Nathan's phone rings. And he's talking to his cousin. We find this out in a little bit, but he's directing him to Sharky's. Of course, the beach got evacuated. And Arik starts up a conversation about whether Molly is into him. Thankfully, Nathan has correctly clocked that Molly is considering multiple dicks on this evening. But Arik says something again about Nathan's girl talking about Issa. And he's like, no. Let's have a conversation because
I love
that is
this
not
part.
my girl. I do too, Fran. I really enjoyed this scene.
I did too. I love how two people can be experiencing the same thing completely differently. Issa's seeing it one way, he's seeing it another.
Right.
His boys are even seeing it another. Like, this is just the human condition. And you know me, and you love these types of conversations. So
we do. We'll get into our psychology bag real quick.
Yes,
but it is very interesting because I thought I was reading it, you know, through Issa's eyes that he's blowing her off. He's over her. She didn't want to fuck. So he's moving on. And meanwhile, he's just like, man, I don't even know what to do with this girl.
She don't know what she wants.
She's hot. Right.
She don't make it clear. So he's just kind of respecting boundaries by just keeping it cool. Because I totally forgot that she did say, like, let's just be friends, you know? And then she left and went with Lawrence. Like, they got back together.
Right.
So I completely understand why he's like, I'm chilling. I ain't trying to cross no boundaries that she's already set. So she's not being clear at the end of the day.
Right. And here she comes today all oiled up, looking sexy, talking about, are we cool? Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with that?
Right. And then his boys were like, bro, she's coming to the bar. Like,
right.
She wants something.
Was like, listen, and it's not a haircut. So.
Sure ain't.
So, you know, just maybe reset. Because you're kind of mad at her right now because she's being vague and you don't really know what's going on. So the energy's off. Like, maybe just look at it this way. Like, she's coming for a reason because she could have went home. So, you know, just talk it out. Let's see what's up.
You see him kind of look off into the side of
he was like,
the car window, like,
let me contemplate
is there
that.
more?
Right. While Arik is in the back talking about fucking Molly and shaping her up at the same time. I said, niggas can't never just stay right. They can't never just stay right.
Focus, Arik. Focus.
Yes. The driver in the girl's car is on his Hotep conspiracy shit, talking about that wasn't even no earthquake. It was the government testing their kill switches. I was like, stay out of Fran's iMessage.
I literally was going to say, was he looking through my browser? Very relatable content. I was like, wow.
Right. So he's just trying to ignore this man in a polite way when she gets another social media notification.
You, with me.
Child. I mean, you said it, but Crenshaw done graduated from little shady emojis to outright shit talking. Okay, calling Issa a fraud, saying all skin folk ain't kin folk. And so, of course, Issa calls her right-hand woman, Koya, who has a nosebleed as always, but is still down to bust down, okay? Because Koya's in the fucking hive and it ain't nothing but a word. I said,
she
yes,
is
sister.
Hilarious. Ready to fight.
B5B, you better ask about us.
Oh, this scene.
Oh, but Issa tells Koya, you know what? Don't trip. Don't worry about it. We on salary over here. Like, we fly above.
Life is good. Yeah. Ignoring his ass.
So, you know what? It's very interesting that you called Koya instead of giving yourself that advice. It's like you almost know for a fact that you're just saying it. You don't really feel it or believe it for yourself. But all right, sister, we'll get there. Kelly and Risha are having their Super Soul Sunday moment, bonding in the back seat over these fake, almost diet experiences, and Kelly talking about inviting this bitch on the podcast. I don't know. I feel like I had to watch this episode a couple of times before I realized just how fucking funny these two actresses are being in the background while the primary conversation is happening. So like,
right,
Issa and
it's
Molly
hard
are
at first
texting.
to
Right,
like I
you
was
can't
trying
focus
to
on both,
focus so
really.
much on the text and Issa and Molly's interaction, but then I did watch a second time just to
So
catch
funny.
the crazy shit they were saying.
So funny. So Issa and Molly are texting about Nathan, and Issa mentions the sexual vibe, you know, she got between Risha and Nathan. So again, Molly showing out and being an A+ ass friend, outright ass Risha. Yo, y'all fucking?
That was
Amazing.
hilarious. I cringed. I was like, Jesus. She didn't even mince words. Okay.
I love it. That felt very genuine to me. That felt like
did.
Me and my homegirl been at the beach.
Something you would do.
Yeah, I mean, so fine. Fine. Maybe I have been in the sun for several hours, and maybe I did have a few drinks.
Okay, let's get to it.
Yes, I am gonna ask, are you fucking Nathan? And I'm a good ass friend now.
But Risha hit her with the, he's my brother. I was like, how many men have I called my brother?
Oh, now, friend, telling on yourself.
I mean, except for the ones I say online, those really my brothers.
But then she said my blood, which I felt like meant I'm really not fucking him. Because normally y'all just leave it at brother. Y'all don't say blood, because blood is nasty. When you
right. She making it known. And then she's like, Molly, you trying to get on? Which confused me, because I'm like, I thought we all knew, but I guess not.
But I can see how Risha wouldn't know. I can, because it's not like Issa and Nathan be at the shop frequently, or like
true, and their
not like
thing
he's
was
openly
before.
claiming her or anything. Right,
that's true too. I just remembered like he had gotten his life together after he ghosted with the barbershop and da. So yeah, that's true. It probably just never really came together on the same timeline.
Right. So Issa, of course, overhearing this, but fronting like she is not paying no attention. You, like, I feel like the bitch got a little happy. Like, oh, okay.
Of course. Let's get to it. Are you or are you not? So and I can know where I fit.
Yes. And while she is texting Molly like, oh, well, Nathan must not be fucking with me, go back and rewatch this scene, because Kelly's ass is talking about ghost pussy. She's talking about ghost pussy. You just need to go back and watch it again. But Molly asked Issa,
a show within a show.
if you feeling this way, what are you really gonna do about it? What you gonna do about this situation?
And it mirrored the car scene with him and his boys, where it's just like, what's up between the both of them? They both had that moment of like, you right, what's up?
I said, not both of y'all getting decent advice from your friends.
Okay. Not a good, healthy friend group.
Right. Well, we're at Sharky's, and Johnny and Arik are still in a pissing contest for Molly's vagina.
They love to see it.
You know, this is very
as
like evolutionary. But yeah, Mo shows up with shots, and Nathan brings one to Issa, and she's like, "Oh, you read my mind," and he said, "I be trying." And I was like, "Now wait a minute.
I was here for that. I like that. That was slick too. I want to know, girl."
He was like, "Cause I swear to God, I do not know what you're thinking, but I am trying so hard to figure it out." And I knew he was gonna go up as soon as the DJ let that Mike Jones drop. I knew it, and of course he did. I was like, "All you niggas from Texas? What is going on here?" But more importantly, Issa apologizes for making the vibe weird when they were last together. And then she outright asks him why he left her like that, which surprised me a little bit. I was not expecting her to be that direct, but this is what was on your heart that you weren't acknowledging in the first place. And that's why you were being so weird with him this whole fucking day. So,
and the car, I feel like the conversation in the car with her girls really put the battery in her back, where she was like, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to just say what it is, say what I feel. Yep. They both were feeling that way. That's why he came at her with the, I'm trying. Yeah. So I knew it. I knew they were both going to be ripe, you know, when they crossed each other's paths again. I was like, oh, this combo is going to be had.
Right.
They're ready.
Well, she expected him to be there when she woke up. He did not know they had expectations for each other.
Clearly.
I said, okay, so we getting real about this. He apologized for kissing her. She was like, nah, it's my bad for even asking you to spend the night. And then the conversation just ends right there, very fucking awkwardly. And I thought, how realistic is that?
Especially at a bar.
That is right. It's like we're at a bar. We're still kind of in transition. Everybody is just starting to drink, not been drinking.
Right.
And also, one conversation in the middle of a loud bar is probably not going to smooth things over entirely between the two of you. So yes, it's still fucking awkward.
It is, but it set it in motion. At
Right.
least we got that far.
Yes, it set it in motion. Exactly, perfectly put. Just then, Nathan's cousin Thomas and Thomas's wife Velma walked in. Love that they immediately started clowning, calling that nigga Prison Bay. I remember we did call him that. We did say he looked like Prison Bay a lot. That's our bad.
Same face.
Sorry. But yeah, to me, the vibe seemed super weird between Nathan and Velma to the point where I was like, did he sleep with her?
Okay, I thought it was just me. It took me forever until the end of the episode.
Till the end when they told us. I
was like, these two fucked on a couch while the cousin was traveling. I tweeted it the same way.
Because shit was very fucking awkward. The vibe was
She seemed spicy and kind of like, like she had some kind of
and she joking.
Yeah, but it was like kind of
a little
like
animosity.
Jabby. Yeah, that's the word. That's exactly the word I was looking for. It was very jabby, like if he did something to her, and she couldn't outwardly say it, so she was gonna throw little indirects, and it was so weird to me for being the cousin's wife. I was like, what?
Kind of like Kiki as Condola's sister.
Yes,
constantly throwing jabs at Lauren.
Them little swords she was throwing underneath.
Oh, you sleepy? Oh, you so tired?
So tired. Big busy dad.
Meanwhile, Issa did not even know he had family in California, which is very telling. And yeah, Velma made a little joke about, you go out for a night with Nathan, you might end up on the back of a milk carton. He seemed a little, offended by that. Right.
He was like, too many jokes, many jokes.
Bitch, we're not cool like that. But everybody is sitting around drinking, talking about Houston rap, having a good ass time. And Thomas mentions that Nathan abandoned him one night after South by Southwest, and Velma calls him a light-skinned leaf, which I'm sorry, I did laugh.
I'm sorry.
I did laugh because because niggas was like, and you wear leaf colors. Like, what am I supposed to do with that? But
not me with my leaf pants.
I mean, look, print and color. No. Oh, wow. Okay, Fran is wearing her hand-woven grass pants right now, so that's her fucking, that's her
tribe.
People. That's her kinfolk right there. But Nathan looks kind of sour. Everybody is joking on him, and Issa's like, well, if he's a leaf, I'm glad the wind blew in my way. And it's like, oh, Christ. Like,
I thought it was
sweet,
cute.
though.
It was good.
No, it wasn't good, but it was cute. And it helped.
He needed someone on his team in that moment.
He did.
And she stepped up, and I liked it. He needed
somebody on his side. Yeah, that was real girlfriend shit,
Sure was.
Says that he inspired her to put down roots and turned her into a tree, and like, oh, you get it? And Molly's just like, we always
Everyone was like, oh, wow.
We don't. It's not. This character is the best. Well, just then, Ira gets a text about Jason Derulo's party in Palace Vertison.
No, let me tell you how I screamed.
Mo is ready.
Mo said, I want to tussle.
Oh, yeah, that was when they got there. But when they got there and he did the little dance, I was like, no, kiss my ass.
I screamed. Because anyone who knows me from online, y'all know what that video means to me. So I cried at the reference.
We know, friend.
You know.
We know, friend. I don't even know how long it took for you to stop, like, randomly airdropping that shit. Like, friend, stop playing this fucking video. Mo is a big Jason Derulo fan, so he is so hype. Issa cannot say the same, but she is at least a fan of parties, and that's all that really matters. Turns out that Johnny is going to make Molly's choice a lot easier when he says he can't go to the party so he can go home and let Mr. Jingles out.
But here's the part that that kind of surprised me. I would find that cute.
Oh,
Like,
friend.
he has to
Okay,
let his
all right.
cat out. You have a cat, and then you care so much about it, you're gonna leave the bar with your friends to make sure the cat is good. That's
Girl,
so sweet.
Molly cares more about her cat. Okay, this
She
nigga
said
worried
he's
about the
focused on the
wrong
wrong
pussy.
pussy.
He is. I thought
It would have worked for me.
he must. I feel like he was saying that because he was like, "Oh, you could tag along." I definitely felt that like that was, let's just
An
get out of
invite
here and
to
skip
come to the house.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, if it was that, then that's corny.
Mhm.
But if he was genuinely like, I need to let my cat out, it would have worked on me. Sorry.
I mean, I think he did actually need to go let his cat out because he didn't go to the party with the rest of them.
True.
But
true. I like
but
that.
it was more like this. No, new Molly, who is out here flirting and having fun, is not gonna
You
cut her
right.
day short to go click up with a nigga when she ain't even made her mind up yet. Okay,
You
so
right.
she's riding with Arik, and that's
And Arik is ready, willing, and able. Okay,
so happy. Johnny, we don't even know. He had to go let Mr. Jingles out. So, maybe he'll just take that L. Kelly and Risha are not going to be able to make it because these hoes are having taquito therapy. I mean, over here weeping, child,
Relatable
just
content.
crying. Oh, yeah. Friends like, oh, a party when we could stay here and eat
And
something
talk?
and vibe.
And feel what?
No,
Over
thank you.
tacos.
Yeah, and Velma decides to go home and relieve the sitter so Nathan and Thomas can hang out. And I'm thinking, good, maybe now, Nathan will tell his cousin that he slept with his wife. Because I was trying to figure out.
Because even though not us completely thinking this whole time
we did,
still,
girl.
but
We
when
did.
Velma left, the way that that he had to get up to walk her out, it just felt tense, Like when someone's angry, I was like, I didn't get it. I literally read that wrong the whole time.
We did not clock the reason why, and I'm sure that was done deliberately.
Intentionally, right.
Yeah.
Right. It worked.
Yeah, so everybody going to the Jason Derulo party is in an extra large lift, and I love seeing Nathan and Thomas kind of going back and forth, fussing like cousins, dragging each other like family does. Reminds me of being around my people every Christmas. Issa gets another notification, and listen, Crenshaw is fed the fuck up and twisting the fucking knife, okay? Talking about it's a mistake to work with fake people, hashtag facts, hashtag fakes.
And then it started getting that avalanche that happens online when people are like, what happened? What's going on?
I thought y'all was cool. Yep. Here go Koya being a Stan. Koya representing for Stan Twitter talking about we all we got. Why you tearing your own down? Chill out. With all this fucking libel.
We love a Koya.
She's loyal, okay? And Issa, who swore she was going to stay offline and not give this no fucking thought. Like I said.
Thought.
So she fired off a real quick DM telling Crenshaw that he's doing the most and being weird when she got him a ton of exposure. And not even 2 minutes later, here go Koya hitting Issa up talking about, bitch, what have you done? Because, of course, Crenshaw took a screenshot of that DM and posted it publicly.
How did she not know that was the next move? Who doesn't do that?
Right. So when she sees this, now it's like, oh, fuck. And you got to play it off pretending like you love this song that you don't even know the words to. But it's like, again, Issa, I'm really confused by this because I just would have never thought that Issa would be so stubborn about admitting that she made a misstep. Like, I get that you were focused on the brand deals and the bigger exposure and all that, but you should have been completely backing up the black ass artist about his vision. And like, and if you had just gone up to him genuinely after the show and apologized privately, I don't think it would have ever gotten to this point. Like, anybody is capable of making a mistake, but now you being antagonistic and acting like you didn't do nothing wrong and all this, like, it's just weirdo behavior from her to me. Like, I think she should apologize.
Yeah, and obviously he's bugging out by taking it to the internet, but that is also the way of the world right now, especially if you don't get an apology that you kind of deserve. So it happens.
True. People do that. And, it's just a part of, being alive in 2021, I guess. But I would love to see y'all settle this, in person and not via retweet, but y'all will fucking see. So they all get to the venue at Palos Verdes, and it turns out that Arik was not authorized to bring people and cannot get them in.
God, that's so annoying when people do that. He's standing there looking crazy. He got 15 people because he got gas. You know how people do. Yeah, let's go. We can all go.
That's my cousin's homeboy. It's nothing.
Right.
Meanwhile, don't lie on me like that, because I will tell you, I'm barely letting you in. So don't do that. Don't do that. I'm definitely not. Don't do that.
Dying.
But yeah, Arik needs a minute to, work his magic, and Molly goes back to the group. Mo is super anxious. He really trying to fight, trying to tussle. I hate that I thought about Fran. I hate that I did.
I love how many people did, though. My people.
Issa texts Koya, worried that, NBW will see what Crenshaw tweeted, but Koya reassures her that the internet moves on quickly, which is true. These niggas have a very short attention span, and also says, you know what? If it don't die, I'll dead it.
But I'm scared that the crowd is going to do that thing where they start tweeting them and be like, are you going to let a fraud be part of your company?
Oh,
I was waiting for those tweets to kick in, but maybe next episode. You know how it goes.
I was going to say, it probably, but Koya's like, you know what? If it don't die, I'll dead it, which I don't even know what she going to do, but this is the type of bitch you need on
Not
your
the
team,
coffin.
for real.
Okay, an assistant and
somebody
a shooter.
that can reassure you, right? Meanwhile, Molly and her pussy are both in alignment about fucking Arik tonight.
Understandable.
So we're happy for her. And just then he walks up and announces that he can only get one person in, and poor
Look at
Mo
God.
thought it was gonna be him. Oh my God!
You saw how he stepped up. That was embarrassing.
I really couldn't believe he did it. He's obviously taking the woman he wants to fucking smash. But Molly reassures Issa that she will try to find a door somewhere in the back, which, how have I never thought of that before? But genius. The others are considering leaving because they have been standing outside for so long, but turns out Molly really did find a door. Wow, hits Issa up right then, says come on around to the back. But Thomas has already decided to call a lift. He's gonna head home. Nathan follows him, and here we find out exactly why shit is so awkward
and why we were wrong.
Yep. Yes, why we thought that he must have fucked his cousin's wife. And the first thing Nathan says to him is like, you ain't gotta worry. I ain't gonna abandon you if that's what you worried about. Like, I know y'all been making jokes all night that when you out with me, you gonna get abandoned, but that's not gonna happen
rough.
This time.
Yeah.
But
considering
like,
what we know,
right,
that's rough.
And what he doesn't know. But
right.
Thomas is like, baby, I'm just old, and it's time to go sit down somewhere, which is very real.
So real, right?
Yes.
I was like, what time is it? Because
it
by
don't
10,
matter.
I'm looking
it's
around.
Late. Fred's like, I need some socks.
By 10, I'm like, oh man, oh gosh. Not
well,
some
Nathan, you she wants something fuzzy. Nathan is convinced that Velma is behind Thomas leaving, though, since she's the one who kicked him out onto the street with nowhere to go. But
to be honest, I'm the one who didn't feel comfortable having you around. I mean, you showed up with practically no warning, then you be gone for days on end, or come home in the middle of the night. You leave the door unlocked. I got kids, man.
That ain't me no more, man.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I didn't tell you straight up. I just didn't really know how to handle it or what to say. And Velma thought it'd be easier if we just put it on her. I gotta go. We should keep talking. I'll call you, okay?
Everything he listed was facts, number one,
and horrifying to
and
your girl.
Warranted. Yeah.
Yes.
What? Leaving the door open with my kids in the house?
No, absolutely not. So Nathan does say, that's not me anymore. I just wanted you to see how I've gotten my shit together. Or
to Issa later, yeah.
But he does explain, that's not really me, and I'm not on that type of time. And Thomas, to his credit, does apologize for not being real about it earlier. Velma had decided that she would take the heat like a real one. I said, oh, okay, because I would not have done that. I would have been like,
That's
no,
between
ain't
you
gonna have
and
that
your
nigga mad at
cousin.
me, right?
Okay, and y'all figure that out. You know where I live.
But, you know, I'm not a wife, so
I'm not either.
that might be why. That might be why. But Thomas leaves. You know, he does say that he'll call Nathan. You know, maybe we can hook up later, and maybe I got vibes that Thomas is definitely open to them rebuilding some kind of relationship, but Nathan just really looks shocked and hurt at the end of this scene.
Yeah, because imagine it's like he can't really contest what they said. You know, it's not like he can be like, well, no, that's not what happened. Like, that did happen. He was that person, but they have no idea why. And that's the part that sucks. But I wonder why he didn't feel comfortable in that. Well, I guess that's such a heavy and
I'm not gonna bring this
conversation to have in a parking lot of a Jason Derulo club. I get it.
And your lift is 2 minutes away.
And his
like,
lift,
I'm not gonna be like,
oh,
by the way, I'm bipolar. Like,
just so you know,
I'm not gonna do that.
You're right. But I would have told him, like, we should talk. You know, we should have set time aside so that I can give you a clearer picture of what was going down at that time, so that we can move forward and hopefully heal our relationship, because clearly he needs family. He kept saying throughout the whole episode how good it felt to just have him there, you know?
Exactly. This is clearly a relationship that was significant to him. So
to both of them.
Hopefully Thomas does call and they can, you know, repair what has been fractured. Another theme of the season. So Issa walks up and asks Nathan about going inside, joining Mo, who of course got in as soon as he possibly could.
He ran
so he could fight and tussle. Oh yeah, he did.
He ran down the block.
He skipped towards the entrance. But
oh wow.
Nathan says he needs a minute. He walks off alone, but it's not too long before Issa joins him. Cause girl, like Molly said, what you gonna do about it? What you gonna do about it?
How'd you feel about that? Because if I say leave me alone, I kind of want to be left alone, but I also understand that sometimes you say it and don't fully mean it, but it's hard to really read that with people because people say it differently. So I don't know. I felt a little conflicted with her not leaving him alone. Like he asked.
I mean, he said I needed a minute.
She's like, and
he didn't say I need to be alone. Right.
Fair.
And I watched him walk off and I let him stand there for 65 seconds. Okay. And then
he clearly was okay with it once she pulled up because then they talked.
Right. It wasn't like, no, like I need a minute, like go away. It was like he clearly wanted to talk about it. And he tells Issa, you know, that he was manic when he was crashing with Thomas and Velma. They still don't know about the diagnosis. And he wanted them to see that he has, you know, really gotten his shit together. He wanted them to see him differently. But you can't change how people see you, which is not entirely true. But Issa feels him on that one.
Okay, because she too is going through that with Crenshaw on the internet currently. So that was good timing for them both.
And so Nathan takes this moment to pivot into talking about the two of them and is like, I can't change how you see me. And that's when she's like, oh,
pivot.
Wait a minute.
Right.
Wait a fucking minute. Like, I need you to understand that me crying the other day in the room was not about you. And this nigga is not in the friend zone. Issa is just overwhelmed. She's been through a lot in the past year. Not her baby daddy child, the love of her life done had a baby with somebody else. And, you know, she's always waiting for the other shoe to drop. She's scared to get her hopes up, which is another very real, very vulnerable moment that the two of them are having. Yeah. And she takes the step that I never take first. I've literally never, ever told one of these niggas that I like them first, and I never will, but
I'm scared to get my hopes up. And I know I've been afraid to admit it because I don't want to look stupid, but I don't want to just be friends with you.
I don't want to be friends with you either.
So now what? They smooching. Oh, friend. Oh, friend.
Even though, you know, my dreams of Lawrence are slowly slipping away, but, you know, I just want Issa happy. That's the bottom line. And whoever she sees that with, I accept. And you know what? Nathan isn't a bad dude. He really isn't.
Not.
He just had a moment where they miscommunicated what was going on in each other's lives. But when they're on, everything is usually okay with Nathan. So I'm cool with that.
Yeah, and I like how it was another little quick aftershock type of earthquake, and Nathan like, oh, you felt that? You ain't talking about no damn tectonic plates.
Oh, ain't.
We know what you talking about.
At least not those
nigga.
tectonic plates.
And that is where we end on episode 4. Fran, I have to say, even though this is sweet, I still think Issa and Lawrence. I just still
really
think Issa and I do.
Not us switching sides, child.
And it's not even that I necessarily want it to happen, because I feel like she and Nathan are good for each other. But I just think they got at least one motherfucker in them.
I mean, I see this being that same triangle again, pulling up on us, you know, where maybe her and Nathan finally getting stuff together, and Lauren sees it happening, because remember, we predicted he's going to move back to LA to work things out with the baby. So he's going to see it. It's going to be in his face. His life is going to be in her face. So I think we're going to see a lot of conflict between the two of them, what they're really feeling and what their lives are panning out to be, with or without each other. Oof.
I think so too. I'm excited either way. I really cannot call it, because like I said, I did not even see this episode happening. I did not see this rekindling with Nathan at all, girl. So now I'm just like, I don't want Nathan to get hurt in the process.
I know.
Oh, we just gonna have to see. Molly, I hope she keeps all this up. I hope she continues to date around and doesn't settle for anybody who is any less than like great in bed and great out of it. Somebody that
Same. I hope she just has fun. Most importantly, with Arik, you know, just have fun. Keep it cool, and let's see if she knows how to stay present. Like she's been trying to.
She's been trying. She has been trying, and we will see how well she does on next week's episode. Don't forget to use the hashtag Insecurity. Chat with us on social media. That's INSECURITEA. Don't forget Insecure, airing on HBO Sunday nights at 10 p.m. Anything else from you, Fran, before we leave?
No, just like you said, we're checking the hashtag. We're reading your thoughts and the thoughts that you hate of ours. We love it all. We're with it. Just keep sharing, keep posting, because we're right there with you. Hashtag Insecurity. That's TEA at the end.
All right, y'all. We'll see you next week for episode 5. Insecurity is a Loudspeakers Studios production in association with Team Epiphany. We're your hosts, Crissle and Fran. The executive producers are Chris Morrow and Matt Raz.
The producer is Matt Raz. Our associate producer and editor is Tyrell Worley, and the show is engineered by Dwayne Crawford. Don't forget to subscribe to Insecurity wherever you get your podcasts.
Or check HBO Max to hear the latest episodes as soon as they drop.
Brr, 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 brr.